Hi there, it's just me back at it again with another way to cope and regulate and also do something for myself. Now, unfortunately, this is seen as selfish, rude, yeah, just those things in particular. Selfish, rude, self-ingratiating, embellishing, whatever kind of word you want to use, all those things. Now, is it rooted within necessity? Yes, absolutely. It's necessary. So, again, affirming, processing, and regulating. Now, unfortunately, this requires a certain degree of honesty. And honesty within yourself isn't necessarily always beneficial, at least to those around you, and a matter of what's considered safe. So, I'm just trying to be a little bit safer, more honest, and approachable. So I'm going to do that by doing my makeup because it's a lovely thing to do. Now, since I've done this before in a multitude of ways, I'm quite accustomed to doing my makeup in front of this kind of camera. It's not exactly the best kind. It's quite small, standard. I wouldn't have this kind of periphery available to me if I, decided to go with something a little bit more desk-orientated. But mobility is good, mobility is nice. Not everyone has access to mobility, at least anymore. And we're extremely privileged, as I've been told many times. So yeah, just get to the point, Judith. Today I'll be ingratiating myself with some simple products that I've accumulated over time, products that unfortunately have a lot of ascribed meaning to them still. So I'm going to go ahead and use them properly as I should, because you should do that. You should use the tools that are available, even if that means a person. Playing the field, understanding, all those other things. Like I said, ingratiation is a great term. Great word. But again, I'm just going to be getting back to the point, because I didn't exactly have a thing in mind when I made this video, and it's still continuing. So for the sake of entertainment and processing and all those other things that I mentioned, it'll be good, real good. Now, in order to achieve a certain degree of honesty, like I said before, I'm going to talk about my day and my life. So, today I had a conversation with my abuser. We don't exactly have the best trust relationship at the moment, and there are ways of going about those things. And it's weird hearing about problems and concerns that have been mentioned by other people. It's just a matter of communication that's not been facilitated. Now, communication is a privilege too. Some people have more privilege, more ability within their facets of language. Learning multiple languages is a very good skill. Great skill. Now, when you go about your day-to-day life and your existence, you acquire certain skills. And these skills are more or less achieved through the process of doing and enacting. G-actin, F-actin, those are also I wouldn't call them neurotransmitters. They're more hormones. I don't really even know that much about them, but they're very fascinating. F-actin is a hormone that regulates a lot of your physicality, your gene expression. Now that plays into race, drugs, material, substance, product. Yeah. Everything's very well concatenated. I like that word too, concatenated. It comes from a field of research and study that, is very important now. There's a lot of intersecting interdisciplinary study that's going on. But, with that happening and so many gaps being filled, you'd think that there'd be more resolution. But resolution comes with communication and honesty. Do I even need this product? Everyone said that I have lovely skin. Maybe I should listen to people, learn to take a fucking compliment. That'd be real nice. That'd be real fucking nice. But yeah, people even weaponize emotions, niceness, being good, understanding, or at least having moral principle. But, moral principle nowadays it's a virtue. And virtues don't necessarily have places within people's minds still, because, there's so much information out there that it's hard to interpret where your moral compass is at. That's a great word for it, moral compass. Something that directs you, something that leads you to places in life. That's why, it was such a big export back then. The story of the Bible, the epic poems. It's all very psychological. Now this has been attenuated to more formulaic kinds of things, but it was well understood back then. Maybe not entirely understood. Evolutionary psychology, what we have in terms of our knowledge, what's valuable. Now, unfortunately, when it comes back to language and other things, like I said, it's really sad to see a disparity of, things deemed economically and scientifically valuable taking precedence within these fields. You think there'd be more interplay between the people in those sorts of fields and how they relate to one another. But, college, all that, university, it's a great place to learn and understand other people. and how you engage with certain things, whether that be people, substances, culture. It all stems from the same thing. The exact same thing. It's just a matter of bringing that into perspective for people. And the best way people learn is through their experience. Now, ephemeral experience is the same as real-world experience, at least to the brain. So, I mean, that's why things are so competitive now, at least in terms of how you can acquire things, right? There's even social barriers and economic barriers. All those other things, you know, when it comes to this extreme line of competition. You know, people will window shop, do whatever else, not be entirely honest because, you know, they're seeking. They're always seeking. And, you know, it's never a matter of satisfaction. It's a matter of realization. So you can realize that you're lucky, that you're beautiful, that you're wonderful. It's not going to do a damn fucking thing. Not at all. Absolutely nothing. But, you know, it's simultaneously everything. You know, you need to separate and attenuate. Yeah. I'll be back in a bit. Back at it. Just don't lick your wounds. Don't make a habit of finding people to lick wounds with. That's therapy though. Therapy is all about wound licking. It's necessary. Okay, I'm back again. Just finished embellishing myself. Feels good, feels nice. Unfortunately, I did this right before I have to eat, so back to necessity. Love you.